All right, it's time for a toy review. Laurel and Hardy edition. Play that funky music. Today we're going to be unboxing and talking about the Laurel and Hardy action figures from Wandering Planet Toys. Yeah, this is the very first Kickstarter that I have participated in. I've been interested in a lot of other Kickstarters, but this is the one that was basically kind of made for me. I have a collection of derbies. I love silent movies, and yeah. So I was very interested in Laurel and Hardy action figures. I'm a toy hunter and a silent movie maker, so these figures were right up my alley. Yeah, Laurel and Hardy, great characters, great comedians. I was a fan of Stan Laurel first from watching all the silent movies that I grew up watching. When the talkies came out, he was teamed up with Oliver Hardy. They both came from vaudeville, which is very near and dear to my heart. My family ran a vaudeville theater in Gatlinburg, Tennessee for many, many years. And with the Wandering Planet, I was hoping they were going to stick with a theme of the Silver Age of cinema, because I really would love to get a Charlie Chaplin, a Buster Keaton, a Harold Lloyd, but they've jumped to kind of 70s books / TV shows. I was hoping they would stick with the Silver Age screen. But yeah, let's get on to the review. But here's some Laurel and Hardy. All right, we have the front of the box, top of the box, side of the box with a Stan Laurel, back of the box, if you want to pause it and read it, fantastic, 100 Years of Laughter. Yeah, great comedians, great guys. And on the other side, we've got Oliver Hardy. Yep, all right, let's open it up. All right. Nice quality of the box. I do feel a little bad. I did kind of snap in an email at them wondering where my toys were, because yeah, we had to add to the toys. We had to pay for the tariffs. It's a small company, and I should have handled my email a little bit better, but I've got them in hand. I've paid for them. Nice likenesses. All right, they've got some extra hands for Oliver Hardy here. They've got the classic, I forget what that is actually called. Does it actually open? Nope. They got their derbies, very important thing there. And more hands for, and more derbies. Fantastic. All right, let's get them opened. All right, we'll start. Oh, there's another rubber band. Sneaky. I need better scissors. These are terrible at work. Yes, I'm at work. All right. We'll start with Stan. Stan Laurel. Started in vaudeville and had quite a few silent movies under his belt before he was teamed up with Oliver Hardy. All right. He stands up nicely. They do come with figure stands, which I'll probably need because this little box I'm using at work doesn't stand up very well. A lot of extra hands. Some extra expressions. All right, let's take a look at some of those. Those are fun. All right, we're starting with Stan Laurel. All right. Let's see if we can get a good look on that face there. Kind of perplexed face. Interesting head. Looks like standard bolt there. All right. Secondary head. A little more scared. So it comes with two heads. He's got looks like a crunched up paper bag. And more hands. And one of his fingers is on fire. Classic bit there. All right, getting the derbies out. This derby has the built-in hair, and this is the plain derby. So first, the derby doesn't fit very well on that head. Let's try the different derbies on different heads. All right, that one needs hair. There we go. Nice. And this one needs hair. Fits on pretty snug. Have to pop it down to get the seam lined up. But yeah, surprised that the derby doesn't quite fit onto this head, the plain derby. It does a little bit, sits on top, but not very well. All right, that's a little disappointing. That derby's a bit too small for his head. I know he always wore it high, but yeah. All right. One of his faces, I'll definitely be displaying him with the derby. Yeah, all right, let's try some hands out. All right, he's got the thumb on fire and a grasping hand. No hand actually seems to hold the paper bag, but that's all right. All right, let's keep going. All right, he does hold the paper bag. I did find the proper hand. Still wish the regular plain derby fit onto his head, but it's just way too small. Oh, wait, does his hair come off? Oh, it does. Well, that doesn't look quite right either. All right, but he's got different expressions. Oh, all right, trying it out. All right, here we go. Get the other derby out. There we go. Nice. All right, very nice. Good range of movability, decent articulation, plastic feels good and solid, and the paint on the faces are fantastic. All right, let's get Oliver Hardy out. Also, there are brands, but I think I can just get by them this time instead of trying to cut these out. All right, good feel, good plastic, good range of motion. Sorry, the camera angle's weird. I'm at work and hunched over in a strange area. He also comes with hats, extra heads, and extra hands. I keep raising them out of the camera shot. I am so sorry. Yes, all in all, very impressed with these figures. And if Wandering Planet Toys ended up doing more figures in the silver screen of Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, Harold Lloyd, I would definitely be picking them up as well. All right, let's look in the bag. All right, lots of hands and an extra head. Little, I guess, more of a grumpy face, because he had quite a lot of grumpy faces in the classic shows. Just throw a hat on that. Lots of hands. He's got some slapping hands, because he always was beating on poor little Stan. All right, yeah, lots of hands, good grasping, weird ones. Yeah, that's his classic kind of pose. Yeah, all right. And he has hats with hair. Hat without hair, just a standard hat, but that won't fit properly either. All right. A perfect day. Action. All right, here he is with his hat on and his good, happy expression. I'll probably put the grumpy face on because he was always more of the grumpy one of the two. Yeah, very nice. Very nice figures. These two were always getting in some sort of trouble. Good physical comedy, lots of stunt work, not really done by them, but they had dummies and stand-ins. But loads of fun. Yeah, here he is, one of his classic little poses. Looks like he's about to flick the ear. And yeah, all in all, very happy to have Laurel and Hardy in my collection. They'll go on my silent movie shelf with the collection of their DVDs that I have, along with the Buster Keatons and Harold Lloyds and all the other videos that I have. And yeah, but very happy to have them. Glad they finally came in the mail. And Wandering Planet Toys, come on, make some other silent movie characters, please! All in all, I'm going to give these guys a big thumbs up. Super happy to have them in my collection. If you missed out, try to find them on the secondary market, because they are really good and good quality toys. Yeah, super happy, no complaints. Hey, Thanks for watching the East Tennessee Toy Hunter toy review of Laurel and Hardy.